let's get into it. Given the head of a singly linked list, group all the nodes with odd indices together, followed by nodes with even indices, and return the reordered list. The first node is considered odd and the second node is even, and so on. Note that the relative order inside both the even and odd groups should remain as it was in the input. What we have to do in this question is we have been given the head of the singly linked list, which means the first element of the singly linked list, head. And what we have to do is we have to group all the odd indices together and all the even indices together, which means we have to group the elements at the odd index and the elements of at even index together, like separately but together in the same group. And we have been given one more condition, which is we have to maintain the order from the original array. If we have been given 1 3 5, then in the output array it should be in the order 1 3 5. If we have been given 2 4, then we'll do it as 2 4. If it would have been given as 4 2, then we would have stored the order of our elements as 4 2 inside our resultant array. Sorry, I said array. Linked list. Sorry, my bad. So to the approach to this question will basically be implementing the normal linked list, like how it is normally implemented. There is no rocket science to it. First of all, we'll check a base condition. Okay. How do we check a base condition? We always check for head. Like whenever we are solving questions of linked list, we always check for the base condition that if our head is present or not. We'll return null. Now, while our before implementing while, first of all we should initialize some of our variables. Odd equals to head, list node, even equals to head dot next, head dot next, and our list node even head equals to even. What we have done in these three lines is that we have first initialized our odd by head, which means the group of odd elements will be starting from the head itself, which is the first element of our linked list. Our even will be starting from our head dot next, because we have to store our even indices after our odd indices, and the odd indices are initialized by head. We also have to initialize a even head, and as even head will be starting from the first element of our even group, that is why we'll be pointing it towards our even. Now, while our even is not equals to null and our even dot next is not equals to null. While this condition is true, what we will do is we have to initialize odd element with odd, and even we have to group odd elements and even elements. Now odd elements will be present after even indices, which means will have to skip our next element of our current odd element. Like for example, if we have been given here 1 2 3 4 5, this is our first element, this is the head currently, and this is our odd indice. If we have to choose our next element in our final resultant linked list, then it will be 3, right? And then it will be 5. So what we are basically doing is we are skipping the even indice, which means the next element of our present element, which is 1, will be equal to the next element of this even number, which is 3, right? So we'll be doing odd dot next equals to even dot next, and then we'll increase our pointer, which means we'll move on to the next element. Odd equals to odd dot next. Same goes for even dot next equals to odd dot next, and even equals to even dot next, which means we'll after we find the element, we'll move on to our next element. and then we'll simply. Now, one more thing is, when do the linked list know that now we are done by the odd elements, and now we have to start iterating even elements? That we can do by odd dot next equals to even head. What this line of code does is, once the group of our odd elements is completed, the next element of the last number, the last odd index, will be initialized to even head. And even head is the first number, it is the head of our even group, and that is how the linked list will know that now the even indices have been started. And we'll simply return head. This should work. It was based a very simple question. I don't know why it comes inside medium. And yep, there we go. Thank you.